welcome to this amazing episode of Not Just Crew. Well, I'm here back in St Athan, near Barry and even near Cardiff. Last time we were here, it's absolutely chucking it down with rain, but I'm so happy to be back with this very, very excitable child here.
Brilliant.
Now, as you know, Simon is usually told to keep off the sugary drinks, but he's been driving since about 3:30 this morning. And I'll tell you how long it takes in a few minutes, but he's been driving a long time and he is still so wide awake. So Simon,
what?
You're here at last.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You wanted to come here since when?
I've been wanting to come here since you got your backside down here, Trev, back in December last year, and enjoying everything at Plane Reclaimers. All the amazing things here, but I've made it. I set off at 3:30 this morning, got down at 4:30. It only took us an hour. I've got Andrew was lucky enough to lend us a Concorde that he's got in his back garden. So jetted on down, and here I am, absolutely loving it. We've had a little bit brief look around, but there's more to come, and I'm absolutely ecstatic to be here and for us to share this moment with you guys.
Exactly, and we're not here by ourselves. We've got Tara Panchaud. She's having, well, as you know, Tara's usually got her fingers in lots of pie, and she's out right now having her fingers in more pie, and she's going to be joining us a bit later. Later on, we're going to be speaking to Andrew and Kirsty, who
likes pies,
and they run the marketing side and selling side of Plane Reclaimers even. So join us in a few moments. Well, if you've never been to St Athan before, it's the strangest of feelings. The airfield is so calm, but surrounded by these abandoned huge beasts of the sky can be very, very surreal. I must admit, this time seemed to be a lot nicer, as last time I was here in December 2020 for the arrival of BOAC. I was with Not Just Crew presenters Tara Panchaud and Gemma Brazier, and I've got to admit, the weather certainly was not with us. Take a look at this. Wow, the amount of times I've sat at that door.
God. Right, we're going into...
Wow. That is...
I know.
Quite surreal.
It is, isn't it? What was it, crew rest?
Wow.
Even that's leaking. Crew rest.
That's got to be the strangest atmosphere I've ever felt, especially with that rain. So how nice it was to return to St Athan when it was nice and sunny. Well, here we are. The engine picture that I've always wanted. So we're just about to go on the BOAC now, chat to Andrew, where Simon's going to be interviewing him, and then I'm going to be interviewing Tara while she's taking her famous, lovely airplane pictures. See you in a moment.
A very good afternoon, everybody at Not Just Crew. Amazing to share this opportunity with all of you guys who are watching right now on our YouTube channel and Facebook, and I'm so pleased to have alongside me the one and only Andrew Keegan from Plane Reclaimers, who is most generously invited Not Just Crew, the Not Just Crew team down to Cardiff, and we are actually on the BOAC 747-400 in club class right now. So thank you so much, Andrew.
No problem.
How are you doing?
Very good. Yeah, very good.
How's life?
Yeah, busy.
Yeah?
Real busy at the moment. Yeah.
How's things like, I'm really appreciate you've got time to take out your day to see us.
Yeah, we planned it well, so it was a quieter day.
Yeah.
But it's busy, really busy at the moment.
Well, a lot of our members have probably bought a lot of stuff from you.
I would hope so.
How long's this been going on for, Plane Reclaimers?
Plane Reclaimers is actually a year old on Friday.
Oh, happy birthday on Friday.
Yeah. So it's been an exciting year, watching it grow from nothing.
So how did it come about then? And how did you get involved in it all?
Well, I've been working in this business doing sales, but business to business stuff for about 5 years. And we had one Virgin 747 came in, which was sought after by quite a lot of cabin crew and stuff.
Which one was that?
Tinkerbell. So we had one guy call me, wanted a handset. There was handsets left. We sold him one. Next day, wake up, hundreds of messages on WhatsApp where he dished my number out all over Facebook.
Nice.
And and it just went on from there. Like I'd sold all the bits off the Virgin one that way, and then after that aircraft finished, we had to set up a website just to manage it properly. And so we set up the website and then obtained a lot more aircraft, and it's just developed from there.
So give us an example of aircraft that are coming in.
We've got quite a lot of the BA 747 fleet, 16 of them I think in total now. We've had 2 of the Virgin 747s. We've got a varied amount of 320s, 330s, 737s from various airlines. But it's ever growing. We've got stuff coming through here at quite a pace for a month, so we can offer that material quite quickly.
So how many have you got actually on site roughly roundabout now?
Last count was like 31.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, and they're not all sold and getting crushed as yet, but they're all up for sale or in the process of going through a sale. So they will be coming through slowly but surely.
And have you have been any problems selling all the stuff then?
Some stuff is not as fast moving as others, but everything moves. Like these stools, for example.
Oh wow.
We've got them on the website. They sell, but not as quickly as when we list the window cuts. They've gone overnight. Well, not even overnight sometimes. So some stuff moves really quick, others are a bit slower, but everything on the website does sell. So it's doing really well, yeah.
I mean, I've got to say it, because like the service that you're providing to our members in the community, everyone from like an aviation background, it's invaluable, I've got to say, because a lot of people's like memories and experiences that they've had throughout their life, some people have been flying for over 30 years on specific aircraft. What you are actually producing for those guys, where they can have actually that bit of memorabilia to take home, is just, it's priceless, mate.
We hear a lot of stories, as well, because people say, have you got this from this aeroplane because they've flew it for 30 years, or my son and my daughter got engaged on that aeroplane, or I was cabin crew for 20 years, or whatever the reason is. There's always some reason that is sentimental to people. So it is nice to be able to give them that stuff for them to have as memories or to pass on to their children or whatever.
It is. It's absolutely priceless. So thank you very much. Because me and my wife, I know, like you've been in contact with my wife a few times, which she sends her love, by the way. So can you just stop that right now?
Yeah.
So
don't worry.
She sent me down.
Yeah, she sent you down to sort me out. Yeah.
But no, listen, it's like we've been in contact with your good self. Your communication's like brilliant, and. Because obviously we've had aircraft seats and other bits and pieces from you, and the dispatch like in no time at all. So
yeah, we have busy periods, and we have had a bit of issue with COVID and Royal Mail and courier companies like really slow. We dispatch them as quickly as we can, but then once they're out of our hands and then with those guys, then it's kind of at their mercy, really.
Yeah.
So we have had, a lot of customers have been really patient with that, and we've just ridden the wave out now, and everything's starting to get back to normal. So hopefully normal service resumes.
Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Listen, what's your background then? Before you started doing this, were you cabin crew? Were you flight deck?
I wish I was now. After hearing the stories, the guys tell me. I tell you.
Not told him anything.
No, not you. But I've worked here for 9 years last month, doing this job in various areas of this industry. But before that, I was working at car phone warehouse. Retail in general, really, and then I got so annoyed with retail, especially car phone warehouse, with people's phones breaking and everyone relying on them so heavily, I just decided enough was enough, and I wanted to change. And a friend of mine was working here at the time, told me that they were looking for someone. You know, when we first started out as a business, when there was 8 of us working here, and I started then, and I've been here ever since.
So how many's working here now then?
We're close to 100.
Wow.
Yeah, we started off 1 building, 10 staff, and 2 aeroplanes, and that was 10 years ago. 9 years ago ish. And now we got 4 buildings here, 35 aeroplanes waiting to be recycled, 100 staff, another facility out in Castellón in Spain which has opened, which has got 30 staff and about 40 aeroplanes. So it's doing well. It's
really good. It's really good.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought or fancied going into being a cabin crew, or was it something you thought about years ago?
No, man.
But would you have done it though, with what you've been hearing?
Now, working here and doing this job and hearing from cabin crew and the stories they tell and what they've seen in the world and all that stuff, and just the culture of it, I reckon 15 years ago I'd have loved to have done it. Yeah, too old for that now.
What's your impression of cabin crew?
If you could kind of fun.
Yeah,
just great fun, man.
Somebody told me earlier.
No one.
No.
They're all just good fun. They're all really friendly. They all just have a laugh. You have a good crack with them, you know, and they're all just good people. So far. And then you came.
Thanks for that. Oh, cheers. Listen. It's absolutely brilliant to meet you. Before we go, just give a little bit brief description of where we are now, what's happening with this aircraft.
So this 747 is going to be staying on site here as our museum. So we're going to preserve it, open it to the public hopefully next year. People can come down and have tours on this aircraft, have photo opportunities, all that kind of stuff. Everything is going to stay original in the flight deck, all the upper deck and the lower deck at the front end. And then we're just looking into options then for the back half to see what we can do with that. But
brilliant.
Yeah, it's going to be good fun. It'd be nice to have people who used to fly on it come back and look at it and stuff again as well.
Absolutely, because I can't think that this is the only 747 that I know that will be available for the public to actually come and have a look. Do you know if anywhere else is
there? All the retro livery BAs are dotted around the UK for people to do it. But
like on the 400 or the 400?
Yeah. I just don't know what the plans are for the others. There's one in Campbell, one in Dunsfold, 2 in Dunsfold, and one here. But what the plans are for the others, I'm not sure. I just know what we're aiming to do with ours, and I know ours will be open. Good, because it's such an iconic aircraft, and it's loved by so many people. Yeah, exactly, and it's all about keeping it alive. You know, because everyone's been so disheartened by the fact that all these 747s are no longer going to be in service. They'll never be able to fly on them again. But you can still come and visit it, you know, and get your photo taken in the engine cowl or in the flight deck or whatever you want to do. And so hopefully that'll be next year when we'll invite you down for the open day.
People need that, you know what I mean? It's like people need to like reconnect and like, especially when it hasn't been part of their life for so long, it's just nice to come back, and then it brings back and stirs up so many emotions, you know. I mean, even me coming here today is unbelievable for me. Like it's such a unique experience. I feel so lucky that you've invited us down.
That's what we're hoping to do, is just make an experience.
It is.
So people will talk about it, you know, and then hopefully enjoy it.
Brilliant. Well, guys, thank you so much, Andrew.
No problem.
Really appreciate your time. Absolutely
no
fantastic. And so, guys, we'll be moving on to the next section and over to Trevor.
So here she is. Here's our Tara.
I'm here.
Hi, Tara.
Oh my God, they're coming from both angles. I'm just photographing the Boac jet today. Got all the lenses out, all the kit. Isn't she beautiful? Don't we miss this gorgeous 747? And the upper deck doors. Look at this. Look at this. I get so enthusiastic to like photograph absolutely everything. I'm literally on here.
They're literally like 2 4s
5
in the
minutes.
next door,
Yeah, and you just like so inspired to.
It's amazing. So, Tara, our resident presenter for Not Just Crew, also professional photographer with loads of fingers in lots of pies.
Well, according to Simon.
According to Simon. So, how do you go about taking a picture of here? I mean, there's so many different angles you could take. What makes a good picture?
Well, straight away, I always, rather than just stand there like, you know, when we've chatted with Gemma before and everything like that, rather than just stand there, I just try and look for a completely different angle, a different approach. Like just now, I've just been literally sitting down on the floor here, just to get one of, you know, just so that everyone can get the full view and aspect of the upper deck.
Excellent. Well, look, take us through your next picture.
Okay,
And explain
so
apertures and films.
Done.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, I wanted to use the wide angle lens. This is just a 17 to 40 lens. It's used for like photographing properties, things like that. And basically, it just gives you, it's wider than the eye can see, and it just gives you a really good idea and a really good feel of how big somewhere is and all the rest of it. So basically, rather than just stand up, you know, like I just said, so kind of like sit down on the floor.
Yeah.
Love sitting on the floor.
Exactly.
Guys, don't we love sitting on the floor on an aeroplane?
Oh, of course.
I love it. So basically, yeah, just, I mean, as soon as you sit down, you see it from a completely different view, a completely different aspect, you know, and then I'm literally just setting up my apertures, because obviously with this aircraft, or with most aircraft anyway, the windows, everything, just giving so much natural light. I never really try and use a flash. The only time I ever use a flash is when it's bright sunlight, you're at a wedding or something like that, and somebody's wearing a huge hat, and you don't want the shadow of the hat on the face. Yeah, basically. So apart from that, I'll always try and use natural light. I mean, obviously sometimes with product photography it's a little bit different, but moving on to lens wise, this lens, if anybody's like starting out in photography, I'll stand up again now, by the way.
So you've got two cameras on now.
Yeah.
Is that just to save time, changing the lenses?
No, I just love all my camera equipment, so I've always had two cameras, and also really good idea if you are doing a professional job, just in case one of your cameras decides to pack up or the battery decides to die. The other top tip I can always say to you is always take the camera manual with you. Don't necessarily have to read it, but you know, occasionally, now and again, it's if you need to just refer to something really quick, they're handy to have with you, and there's no panic or everything, because you can't learn everything about a new camera straight away, you know.
No. And what camera do you use then? Right,
so I'm a Canon girl, sorry any Nikon folks out there, but generally Canon. This is a 5D Mark III. Those people that love Canon will know exactly how amazing this camera is. There's actually, I think there's a Mark V now, Eve, and basically it's the best thing on the market as far as I'm concerned. With the lenses, this body is so good that with the lenses you can just literally just interchange obviously all the lenses like you do with any SLR. But today I've got it's probably the cheapest lens on the market, to be fair, fixed lens. It's a 50mm 1.8, and it goes down to an aperture of 1.8, and basically it's the fixed lens, so you get a lot better light. The zoom lens are fantastic, love them, but I do prioritise with my fixed lenses. So
what does aperture mean? It's for the novices out there.
Okay, so your aperture is literally how much light you're letting into the camera. Okay, so the basically the smaller the number, the bigger the aperture. Yeah, so like I said, this is a 1.8, so you generally wouldn't need a flash, like I said. If you've got like this, for example, this only goes to 4.5, so I've got to have it on an ISO. We all know what ISO is. Well, we don't all know what an ISO is.
Yeah, what does ISO? We used to know it at photography school as film speed.
Yes.
But we don't use film now, we use digital.
Yeah, so it's the same kind of thing. So basically, you used to go into your local camera shop and you'd go, can I have an ISO 200 film? Do you remember those? An ISO 100. So for a 100, so if it's a really sunny day, you're going to get bright blue skies, everything like that. If you're going to put a 400 film in, going way back when, you'd obviously get, the skies wouldn't look quite as blue. Okay, so now you get so much, like this will go up to like, you know, there's like up to 10,000 basically ISO, which is, you get a bit of grain with it and things like that, but there's a lot more atmosphere, you know, in some of the photos.
So what are they still? I mean, in the modern day, we got filters and everything like that. It can be done with Photoshop afterwards. So why would you say ISO and fixed lens aperture? Why is that still so important?
Well, for me, I think it's like you say, everyone can take a photo now, but at the end of the day, a true photographer, you feel, don't you? You actually feel the photograph. You know when you've got the money shot. And for me, it's kind of like, if I see something I want to capture and I've got time to do it, and it's not like that journalistic reportage photography, then I will literally take that photo on about 3 or 4 different settings still, and then I just want to go home and literally upload it onto the laptop, the iMac, and just get out the Adobe Lightroom and then just start playing around with it. I always take everything on RAW, which is amazing. You can just play around with that, you know, and you can blow them.
Yeah.
Enlarge
It is RAW. Is that what you call a flat image that you can use filters on?
Yeah.
Afterwards?
So basically, you can layer them. You can do what you can have them as wallpaper if you wanted to.
Yeah.
You know, and basically on these cameras now, you can have different size RAW images. But yeah, I just love my photos.
Take us for a shot.
Okay.
Imagine you're going to take a shot. I'd love to see how you work.
Okay, so basically,
I've just thrown this at Tara. Actually.
Yeah, no.
I didn't say I was going to do this, but why are we here? Why have we got here? Because I know, and I've seen your pictures you've done for reclaimers, plane reclaimers before. You can make the most everyday object look fantastic by using angles.
Thank you.
So take us out the front. Let's just take a picture for us.
So basically, do you know what? Shall we go into the flight deck?
Let's go into the flight deck.
Right. Okay.
Don't touch any buttons.
So, don't touch any buttons. Don't touch any buttons.
Oh look, there's a customer there. We've got to get off.
There's a customer.
For the last flight.
Got the paperwork. TOB 217 plus 3.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all good, guys.
So before we go into the flight deck, so basically, obviously, you've got natural light coming from both sides here. So, for example, say I was going to take a photograph of this.
Yeah.
The first class light shade. Basically, as you can see straight away, there's a really beautiful light just naturally coming in onto that object. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you just move round wherever best you see the light. So if I was there, I wouldn't take it from there. I want to move round so I could just see a little bit more natural light, give it a bit more depth, so you give the image a lot more depth. So basically I would take that, so set my camera up. With this, I'm going to have it on an ISO 2000.
Now, is that because there's less light coming in from this side, or?
Yeah, basically I've got it on that because like I say, we're indoor, we're out without flash. ISO 2000 you generally can't fail when you're inside. So basically I'll have it on that, and then I'm going to have it on an aperture of 4.5, and I'm going to have it on a shutter speed because I've got a small lens here. I can have it on quite a slow shutter speed because I can hold the camera steady. Yeah. If I've got a huge lens on there, then it needs to be a lot more shutter speed. Sorry, can't get my words out today. Right, so basically I go down there and I'm just going to have the camera's on manual.
Yeah.
Okay, so manual setting, everything's there, and then I'm just going to focusing there. That's it. And focusing on that shadow, on that light, you just get a nice look. Just to show you there, you see that?
Yeah.
So you just got that nice shadow.
Yeah.
they're coming in. That gives an idea. So for example, here at the plane reclaimers, they're going to be selling all these products, so I want to be able to show them in situ, and you know how good they can look. It also gives people inspiration and ideas on, you know, what to do with them. Because a lot of people love aviation. And
they do.
They just want a piece of aviation history, and they want to be able to do something amazing with it.
Yeah.
So in here you've got the flight deck, obviously. You know, you've got lots of light coming in here and everything. This is I've actually got a photograph of this already on the plane reclaimers, and you know, the light coming in on the quadrant there in the middle is amazing.
Yep.
The blue and the yellow, and yeah, so we've got.
And for the viewers, we've got a fly in here. If you can hear the buzzing in the background.
We've got the flight deck library as well.
That's still in, oh, wow. That's still there. And so for the viewers that don't know, this is going to be turned into a museum. It's one of the last Boeing 747s. We were last here in December when it arrived. Not a long journey, literally from Cardiff to St Athan, which took about 3 minutes for the actual journey.
Yep.
Right, well, Tara, I know you've got lots to be getting on with, so I shall let you go for now. Thank you so much, Tara.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Will no longer be in use at any point in time. The call bells are out of use also. The good news is there's no meal choice on board today's flight. There's going to be no drinks served, and the cabin crew will commence their breaks immediately after takeoff.
Here we are now. We're on the BOAC, BOAC. It's going to be turned into a living museum. I've just been around about, managed to get an interview with Tara really quickly, because I say she's amazing to work with, you know, to watch when she works. A true professional. Simon's been interviewing Andrew, and we're just going to have a really quick look around this aircraft. So it's going to be turned into a museum. Wow, how different is BA's crew rest? God. Seems like they've even got 4 bunks here. Wow. God. Bunks. Must be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Mind you, same as ours, but they seem to have a seating area as well. I wonder if Simon's seen all this. There you go. That's what goes behind the panels. God, it just seems to go on forever. Is that a toilet? Wow. Now, they've even got their own loo in crew rest. BA, we're very jealous. Amazing.
now we're inside of one of the hangars, because of 3. And as you can see, if we have a look around, we've got a whole batch. This is just a small section of what they've got at Plane Reclaimers, just a small section, I've got to tell you. All the windows, now they're all marked, they've got the aircraft registration on, they're all specific parts. These have got the paintwork on the outside of them. Look at them, look at all of them. Got so many of them here. All of these ready to go out. Got the British Airways ones, got EasyJet ones there. Look, upper deck, right hand side, all marked. Engines, engine covers. And just look what else is around. Got all the hydraulics, all these containers full of stuff.
It's like the warehouse out of Indiana Jones, isn't it?
This is just
Full
one
of secrets.
of the hangars. It's amazing.
Absolutely amazing. They do
Brilliant.
their own bespoke packaging over there with their old wood saw. Right, amazing. Amazing.
Excellent, excellent that, Trev.
And here's their operation team over here. Bye. Don't be shy, speak to the camera, Si. Tell us where we're going.
All right, well, we're actually heading on over to the seat number plate area, all the little extra bits and pieces where we've got the panels, the FAPs, entertainment panels, all the little extras, the handsets, the emergency torches. This is where we're going to see, and it's just in here, not the toilet. We're not going in the toilets. Here we go. Feast your eyes
Hey,
on
look at
all
that.
things incredible, ladies and gentlemen. Exit signs, emergency torches, seat belts, pots from the planes,
Other stuff.
other things, instruments, more exit signs, infant extension seat belts,
Seat numbers.
seat numbers, Trevor. There's a couple of Virgin bits off GV Vast. There's not many of those guys selling fast, so get in quick if you're wanting to purchase. All the aircrafts.
Simon Costello, you've missed something out. What's this? 2s, 4s and...
Upper deck
I
doors.
think doors.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Actually, that one's not. I fibbed. That's wrong. Sorry, guys.
I just wanted to rhyme.
It's just that one of the lighting panels. But I'll tell you what we do have. We do have temperature gauge from the crew rest area.
400.
Don't forget to reset the fan, guys. Do you know what I'm
And
saying?
this light still works. This one's on. How long does that last for?
Oh, no more than 10-second intervals.
No,
Yeah, but
that's
how
the
long's
test.
the duration?
Oh,
2 to 4 hours.
2 to 4 hours.
Yeah, 30 minutes.
All right.
Oh, and Trevor, do we want everybody to go to sleep?
Lights to romantic. Please.
There we go. What else have we got?
Look at these bits. I'm not sure what they're
Look
off.
what we've got.
On
Look.
tour.
Oh, that's the
Here's some cards.
that's the front wheel.
Pick a number, any number.
Oh, 22.
Oh,
Chances of that.
Oh, the 2's 22.
we've got more cards there. I'm just looking down this corridor, and there's a lot of cards. And smoke hoods.
BCF.
Loud hailers. Carts. Smoke hoods. Bottles of water.
We can do a water
I
round.
don't know what's going on there. Ovens. Well, I'm surprised you know where a cart is.
Here's one I made earlier.
Oh, look at that.
This is one of our gorgeous carts.
For that water.
Yeah, look at the water. Hey, guys, seriously, you need to buy these carts. They're amazing. Kids are going to love
Got
them.
wheels and everything.
We
So,
got-
mums out there that want your kids to do a little drink service.
It's not working.
Oh, that one. Ah, Drake is smoking.
I've just picked up 2.
Simon Costello.
Where? I bet mine doesn't work. Oh yeah. Show me heaven, cover me. Oh, I love the smoke.
Bloody hell.
And it's like...
And boom, there you go. That's what happens when you're having so much fun and you've forgot to record a outro where we could all say goodbye. Anyway, what a fabulous time we had there. We honestly, it was so much fun. So a big thank you to Tara for organising that. Also, a big thank you to my sidekick, Simon, who I think he got up about 3 o'clock in the morning and literally drove all the way from Newcastle to St Athan, which is one hell of a drive. And as you've seen from that, he still had plenty of energy by the time he got there, right and through until the end of the day. Anyway, I'm going to be in Watford General Hospital tomorrow with Project Wingman on their Welby bus. So if you're in the area, please come down and say hello. And that, join us next week for another episode of Not Just Crew. See you soon.
Oh, there's my aeroplane caught flying.